Welcome to the Cova Tembel podcast, global news and personal views, hosted by your new friend, Yaron. Congratulations! You have been successfully verified as not being a robot.
Hello everyone, my name is Yaron and welcome to the Cova Tembel podcast. I'm here like every week to discuss issues that are on my mind. This is the 9th episode of the Cova Tembel podcast, and I really thank you for taking the time from your busy schedule to listen. And if you are new here, thank you, and if you're coming back, thank you too. So let's dive in. This episode's topics are the Gaza hostage situation, new ancient discoveries that are even older than Cher and Madonna. Today we have a lantern that is approximately 1500 years old. And I have an answer to the question, was Jesus Palestinian? So stay tuned for that. In the music news we have Why Does It Always Rain on Me? And two special birthdays. On the DJ corner, we have the Cova Tembel music song entitled I Hold On to a Dream. In world news, we have a Holocaust survivor and Nazi hunter Josef Lewkowicz dies at 98 years old. And I will be talking about the Burka ban in Switzerland. After that, it's This Week in History, and we'll wrap it up with a silly parting joke. So, as usual, stay tuned for that. Regarding the hostage situation, unfortunately, there isn't much new to tell. 100 children, women and men are still being held hostage by Hamas and other terrorist organizations in Gaza. The terrorist organization continues to change its terms for the agreement, and lately it refuses to recognize the injured hostages as humanitarian. So that's pretty disturbing. Negotiations are still ongoing, and let's hope that a breakthrough will happen very soon. And hopefully this time our prayers will be answered. Okay, a clay lantern was discovered at the Tzipori National Park, which is located in the Lower Galilee. The lantern is 18 centimeters in diameter and 19 centimeters in height. It was crafted by an artisan, apparently. They had artisans back there. I guess they didn't have machinery, so it has to be an artisan. And it was created by the artisan in the Byzantine period. It has 55 perforations around it that are that act as light slits. Anyway, this Dr. Dror Ben Yosef, who is a Northern District archaeologist at the Israel Nature and Parks Authority, he says that, and I quote, "This is a relatively rare find in the archaeology of Israel. It is uncommon to find or to uncover intact lanterns in excavations, since the Tzipori National Park was the site of the Jewish Sanhedrin, and where Rabbi Judah the Prince compiled the Mishnah. It is reasonable to assume the lantern was used by the Jewish population in the area. It is estimated to have been created, the clay lantern is estimated to have been created between the 4th and 6th centuries current era. I'm hoping that it will be displayed somewhere so we can actually see it in person. Anyway, on another topic, I've been seeing the claim that Jesus was Palestinian a few times online, and I thought I'd address that. Some of the claims that are made by these people is like, since Jesus is believed to have been born in Bethlehem, which is now a city located in the West Bank of the Palestinian territories, not far from Jerusalem. Historically, it's Judea and Samaria. If that's the case, then Jesus was Palestinian according to their rationale. Well, they want to apply today's modern geopolitics retroactively, and that kind of disturbs me. You can take any time and any place and rewrite history as you like in that case. But I say that if Jesus was indeed Palestinian, and since he was Jewish, then that would prove that the region called Palestine belonged to the Jews even back then, wouldn't it? Just saying. Anyway, it's also ridiculous. Let's get to music news. Now, there's a song called Why Does It Always Rain on Me, which is a song by the Scottish band Travis. This is a story, the backstory was told to me by a co-worker at the office. Fran Healy, who is the lead singer and lyricist of the band Travis, apparently was looking for a sunny winter getaway when his accountant recommended Eilat, which is, if you don't know, it's a destination, a city in the south of Israel, which is known for warm weather and sunny days year-round. But this dude, Fran Healy, after arriving in Israel and heading to his hotel in Eilat, it began raining. And the rain didn't stop until his departure a week later. What are the odds? Anyway, Fran Healy started writing the song in Eilat and finished it a few months later in Madrid, Spain. The song Why Does It Always Rain on Me became their biggest hit, making top 40 song charts around the world. On other news, happy birthday to Hannah Goldberg, who is celebrating her 70th birthday, and to Yehoram Gaon, who is celebrating his 85th birthday. Hannah Goldberg is a lyricist, and Yehoram Gaon is a singer. Now, speaking of Hannah Goldberg, this is the Cova Tembel music song in the DJ corner, and the song is called I Hold On to a Dream. And Hannah Goldberg is the song's original lyricist. The name I Hold On to a Dream was written by Hannah Goldberg and composed by Oved Efrat, another talented musician. The song is performed by Les Ford, who also plays all the live instruments. And as you know, as usual, the English lyrics are by yours truly. So please enjoy.
Under the light of the moon, I lean on the words on my tune. I hold in my hand the nude shadow of your trace Every bone you soften in me aches. You've gone away. After the flight of your wound, I fell to my knees from the pain. I go out to find you. I look for you in every part to see if you still cry in the dark. You've gone away. In the place where you left me, I rip at the sea. Come undone. So here I am, holding on to a dream. I hold on to a dream. You've gone away. Inside the white of my room, I try to make light of my doom. I promise too soon to change my ways for your sake, but I know it's all one big mistake. You've gone away. In the place where you left me, I rip at the sea. Come undone. So here I am, holding on to a dream. I hold on to a dream. You've gone away. In the place where you left me, I rip at the sea. Come undone. So here I am, holding on to a dream. I hold on to a dream. You've gone away. In the place where you left me, I rip at the sea. Come undone. And so here I am, holding on to a dream. I hold on to a dream. You've gone away. Gone away. Gone away.
I hope you've enjoyed the musical break. I will leave the link to the song below. And if you like the content of the Cova Tembel podcast, please hit the like button, comment and share, and please subscribe. It would really help me a lot to promote this channel. And you might want to tell all your friends about the world's best new podcast, and then tell them about this one too. I really appreciate it. In world news, Josef Lewkowicz, a Holocaust survivor who endured the horrors of 6 concentration camps before dedicating his life to tracking down Nazi war criminals, passed away in Jerusalem on Thursday at the age of 98. Called affectionately Reb Yosef, his life stands for resilience, courage, and unwavering pursuit of justice. Rest in peace. Now, some of you may know that starting in January Switzerland, in order to combat terrorism, is going to ban face coverings in public spaces. Now, this started a few years ago and got a slim majority in a vote. But Switzerland is going to tighten its policies with the introduction of a new Burka ban. That's what it's called unofficially, which will take place effect on January 1st, 2025. The law apparently prohibits face coverings in public spaces, not only burqas and niqabs, but also masks and clothing with political symbols. Now the ban is expected to, that's what the Swiss are saying, that it's going to aid in combating anti-Semitism and masked hooligans and anarchists and violent protesters who often cover their faces to avoid being identified during riots or demonstrations. Well, they are being targeted, and rightfully so. I do agree that some of it makes sense. The former president of the Swiss People's Party, Marco Chiesa, described the ban as a clear stance against radicalism, saying that it promotes peaceful coexistence and helps ensure public safety. Now, although I did have my thoughts about this, and I have some doubts, and I'll talk about it now. I have my notes ready, and I just didn't want to, as usual, I don't want to get things wrong. And although I believe that violent protesters should not be allowed to cover their faces and to try to get away with crime, I am not in favor of the burqa ban for people who want to wear it in public spaces. I think people should be able to be free to wear whatever they want, even if it offends me. Not that the burqa offends me. The burqa doesn't offend me. I don't think it stands for anti-Semitism or anti-Zionism or terrorism. In Israel, many are women, Muslim and Christian. There are many of these women who choose to wear it to work, shopping, even at the beach. Why should I care? It's their right to wear whatever they want. It's as long as they let me wear whatever I want and let others wear whatever they want, everything is fine. And I think that's the healthy way to go. If you go to Jaffa in Israel, you get everything from short hot pants and tank tops to full-on burqas, and nobody cares. I mean, they might care, but they have the attitude of live and let live, and I think that kind of coexistence is more real than trying to impose a ban. Because next it could be that you could not wear kippas, yarmulkes, because that could be a sign of non-coexistence, that it marks you as different from others, and therefore could be a sign of dissent. And this non-conformity to the new law on the slippery slope could lead to being considered a crime. I mean, worse things have been known to happen. And expressing your beliefs peacefully is a good thing. It is important because it promotes understanding and respect and positive dialogue while avoiding harm. Just wearing a burqa, even a full-on one, it doesn't offend me, and I don't think that the person in front of me should be forced to not to wear it. And forcing people not to express their beliefs as they see fit would just lead to a forced conformity. And although some of the intentions are good, I don't think that conformity just for these, I think they are trivial things, although some may disagree with me, that, I don't consider someone's belief trivial, but it's neither do I believe that freedom of expression is trivial. But I mean, there are worse things than wearing a burqa when it comes to offending me. And I'm speaking for myself, and I understand that what is called cultural cohesion is important to the Swiss. The law supports the idea that maintaining Swiss cultural norms by ensuring that people in public spaces engage in a manner that aligns with the country's traditions of openness and communication. I understand that, and that's very important. And anyone who is wearing a burqa or expressing his religious beliefs should be respectful of that too. I will let the siren of the police car go by. Well, now, but forcing integration seems counterproductive, since the freedom of choice is taken away from people. Dictating how individuals, in this case women, should dress or express themselves is, in my opinion, an overreach into personal freedoms and autonomy. In the future, if we are not careful, we will all have to wear like an identical uniform in public so as not to offend anyone. And some people might want that, but I don't think that kind of expression is free or lends itself to creativity. And it's important for people to express themselves creatively. Anyway, so I think that a part of the solution would be creating cultural events like stage plays and television shows and social media posts that show how integration can be positive and how the traditions of openness and communications are beneficial to everyone, including the Muslims who wear burqas. That's, I don't think that women who wear burqas are intentionally trying to not be open or not be communicative. And I think everyone as a human being wants to be open and communicative anywhere in the world. So I think that the arts, and I'm talking about serious arts, artistic creations that combine several points of view, not just one, like liberal views and conservative views in the same storyline. And these artistic expressions have the power to integrate cultures in a kind of a folksy way, down to earth, not too high, not too low, just eye-level arts to talk to people at the eye level, and from that create a new, stronger culture. And the Swiss melting pot, as similar to what the American and Israeli melting pots are. I was watching this video on YouTube about the America in the 1920s and how the post-First World War they had the Broadway shows, and they had hundreds of them, and all these shows were open to the public and set the trends all over the United States and Canada and the world eventually. So when you have that kind of an artistic expression that is either through comedy or drama or song, that can really help open up new avenues of just integration, a natural integration. So the Swiss melting pot could combine its elements more effectively if the traditional Swiss culture would be willing to allow the non-harmful aspects of other cultures to melt into it. I don't see the burqa as a harmful thing in and of itself. It's just a piece of cloth. And vice versa. Cultures that enter the melting pot should be happy to melt into the cultures of the host of their new home. When it comes to Broadway shows, or like putting on a big spectacular show, I could see a burqa wearing band yodeling at the Schauspielhaus, which is a national Swiss theater. I looked it up especially for you, which is located in Zurich. Why not? Just because you wear a burqa doesn't mean that you don't have a nice voice to yodel. And I was thinking that what the Swiss need is their version of the Ziegfeld Follies, with a score by Rodgers and Hammerstein, and they could stage a musical set in Basel about Theodor Herzl at the First World Zionist Congress held in 1897. And I even have a name for that musical, Fiddler on the Balcony. Alright. Well, these are my thoughts and about this topic. Comment below with your thoughts and feelings. Now let's get to this week in history.
This week in history.
All right. December 28, 1849, Jean-Baptiste Joly opens the first modern dry cleaning shop called Teinturier Joly Bellin in Paris. And on the same day this week, the dry cleaning's first buttons in history are lost. December 29th, 1851, the first American Young Men's Christian Association, known as the YMCA, the first chapter opened in Boston, Massachusetts, inspiring the world's oldest disco movement. December 30th, 1906, the All India Muslim League is founded in Dhaka, East Bengal, British India Empire, which later laid down the foundations of Pakistan, and which then laid the grounds for England's first taxi drivers' school. December 31, 1492, tens of thousands of Jews were expelled from Sicily under the Spanish Inquisition. They had 3 months to leave without their possessions. And by the way, Muslims had to leave too, not just the Jews. January 1st, 45 BC. The Julian calendar takes effect for the first time by edict of Roman consul Julius Caesar. January 2nd, 1906. Willis Carrier receives a U.S. patent for the world's first air conditioner. Now that's cool. January 3rd, 1919, the Faisal-Weizmann Agreement, which was a short-lived agreement for the development of a Jewish homeland in Palestine, is signed by Emir Faisal, which was the king of Iraq, and the president of the World Zionist Organization. Okay, so let me see. Now, I know you've been waiting for this joke, or maybe you haven't even jumped straight to this segment, so here goes. Where can you find comedians on New Year's Eve? Waiting for the punchline. And you will have to keep waiting for the punchline here too. Thank you for sticking around, even though I keep warning you. Anyways, Home Planet listeners, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. See you again next week with more topics that I hope you'll also find interesting. Let me know in the comments if there are any issues you'd like me to discuss in the future. And until next time, take care of yourselves, be kind to one another, and defend the dignity of all living beings.
You have just listened to the Cova Tembel podcast. If you would like to audition for Fiddler on the Balcony, please leave a comment. Don't call us. We'll call you.
What are you still doing here?